Good evening, internets. I am about to be joined by Stephanie Milkey, the Keto Mom, and we're going to talk about all things keto and the Keto Reboot, which I posted about earlier today, and it's coming up again. We're going to do it once a month. It's for sale now until the end of the month or until it sells out, and we're going to do it on March 11th. So here we go. Yes, add. Yes. Allegedly. Yes, there we go.
We're twins.
I know. I was like, yeah, oh, look, but I'm on the other side.
I love it.
And no makeup. That's the thing I love about keto and keto OS.
We were at the beach, and I smell like sand and salt. And, yeah, I agree. Ketones are great.
Well, that's the beauty of the internet. Nobody can smell us, but I'm showered.
Right? As of right now, there's no scratch and sniff internet, so that's great.
Oh my gosh, please tell me they're not doing that.
I have no idea, but you never know.
You never know. Well, I just wanted to hop on with you, and thank you so much for joining me tonight.
You're welcome.
To talk about the Keto Reboot, and you know what? I was amazed watching you when you did it last month because you or a saint. You cooked for your children. I was like, no, I would remove my children and my husband, whoever. I would be like, get out of my house. There's not going to be any food in here for 2 days.
Well, I mean, my kids had to eat. There was one night that I did make them fend for themselves. Not really, but like, hey, what's in the fridge is free game. Go eat it. But yes, I will tell you, I'm one of those people. Do you intermittent fast, Heather?
I do sometimes. It just depends how I feel when I get up in the morning.
Okay. So when my kids heard that I was going to do this 60-hour reboot, this 60-hour fast, my kids were like, Dad, Mom gets hangry, and I think that you should do it, but don't let Mom do it. Like, the girls were like, this isn't a good idea, and they were so serious. And I was like, girls, I've got this. So I was a little nervous because I don't intermittent fast. I love to eat like good food, right? Like I just don't like to feel hungry, and I always am, I don't know, I just eat. So I will tell you this. I love the 60-hour reboot for a couple of reasons. One, I didn't realize how much of a mental game just food in general is. It really is a mental mindset of like habit eating, emotional eating, like, oh, I'm sitting in a movie, I should eat popcorn. I'm sitting with this. Oh, exactly. I should eat my kids' leftovers. Like, there are so many things that we eat that we don't need to be eating. We're not hungry. Our body doesn't need it. And so it was kind of like a defining factor between true hunger and going, oh, like
just your appetite. Yeah. Like, what's the difference between appetite and hunger? And it's usually not hunger.
Right.
Have a glass of water, walk away from the kitchen. Like, you know what's funny? I did not miss food. I miss chewing gum, because chewing gum I put in my mouth instead. Like, if I feel like I'm going to be hungry, I'll take a piece of gum.
Yes.
And so then I literally was like, I'm going to commit a violent crime for a piece of chewing gum. That was the thing.
It's like the chewing. I don't even know if it's the food.
Yep.
It's like the habit of eating, right?
Yep.
Like,
yep.
100%. So sometimes people, like, so I know people are probably asking you this. They're asking me like, why do I want to do this 60-hour reboot? Okay, I get it. It helps me with my hunger. But for a lot of people, they might reach a stall, right? Like, I think sometimes people go through a diet or a lifestyle and they do really great for a long time, and then little things start kind of going in there and they're not realizing it, right? Like, hey, I'll say, are you tracking your food? If they're really trying to be strict, right? Well, no, right. I kind of stopped that. Or, you know, I went to a birthday party last weekend, and it's these little things that creep in that you don't really acknowledge. So it helps people with a plateau. It helps them get refocused. It's really the mental clarity. It's the discipline. It's the cravings. I mean, like, I've had so many people go, I don't have any cravings. And I know that if I grab that, how powerful sugar is, that I just don't want to do it. I don't want to deal with it. I feel too good. And so I think it's been phenomenal, the reboot.
Exactly. You know what? I went to a wedding the day of, and I had cake and sugar and all that. Oh my gosh, within hours of starting this fast, I was like, oh, I'm never eating cake again, which I'm sure I will. But I just felt it really put me in touch with what that did.
Yes.
Putting it in my mouth. I mean, just that sugar.
Yep.
And it was not good.
You know what? and you shouldn't say you won't do it again, but you will remember how you feel, because
Yes.
the longer you eat better, doesn't have to be perfect. Like, we talk about this reboot because I think it kicks people into just kind of high gear to start, right? Or to make a change. But it doesn't mean that you won't eat something. When you decide to eat this way, when you decide to maybe introduce exogenous ketones or Keto Max or the reboot, what happens is this, is it doesn't mean that I don't eat pizza or something that I love, but I mentally go, I feel really good right now. Like, I feel so good. And if I decide to eat that, I know how I'm going to feel. And then I decide one or the other. So that's what it's going to do.
Well, and I was stalled. I had not really, you know, you just get to a place where, and your body gets adjusted to what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you need a reboot. I mean, you know, Rob calls it the metabolic boss. Like, you're going to show up for work, and we're going to be your metabolic boss for 60 hours.
Yeah.
We're going to tell your metabolism that it needs to reboot like a computer. You know, if you left your computer on for 6 months and never turned it off, it would start to slow down. It would get gummed up. And I really, I can tell a difference. And the funny thing is I do allow myself like one cheat meal, usually a week, or just like a treat, you know, like some chips with guacamole. So I'll keep the fat in there, but, you know, just a little bit of carbs. And I've noticed since the reboot that if I do that, drink a Max after, it's like it just completely rebalances back out.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have bad feelings. Like, my body it's tuned up better.
Yes.
For sure.
Well, I think that key word in there was you drank the Max, because I'll give you an example. Most people, they'll do a strict diet. Say we're doing the ketogenic diet, right? So you and I are talking about ketones. We've got a product that we love. It's in the reboot system, or you can drink like, if you're not ready for a 60-hour fast or a reboot, that's fine. Like, let's talk about ketones and the power of those. So what you did, Heather, is you chose to eat something, but you had something to get you back on track. Most people don't have that. So if you decide what happens is people start this diet, then they feel like they're deprived, then they eat something, and their one cheat day turns into a cheat meal, then a week, then a month, then a year, right?
Right.
You've got the Keto Max to get you back on track. It immediately helps with your hunger, your cravings, your focus, and you're like, okay, I may have had 12 chips. Guess what? Like, that's a lifestyle, right? Like, that's not depriving yourself. And that's going, okay, I'm going to get back on track. I'm going to keep going. And you don't think about it. Like, you're still going. Most people are done.
I'll drink the Max, and it doesn't erase what I just ate, but it helps me regulate it. Like, it keeps my blood sugar stable. I don't have the crash afterwards. I mean, I feel full afterwards, because you put, you know, the ketones are energy. And so it's, you know, you're going to feel full if you do that. But it's like, I didn't eat again today. I had that lunch today. I had a big salad with chicken and guacamole, and then I had probably 2 handfuls of chips. Yeah. Which, you know, was not bad. And then I had a Max after, and I have not really eaten until just a little while ago. I had some small. Yeah. So, yeah.
So,
it was great.
So for those of you who are wanting the reboot, or you're like, what is this reboot kit again? Just post below, like, reboot, 60-hour reboot, or throw a flame down below.
Or just ask for information.
Yes. And we'll get back with you. Here's the deal, though. What's great is we've only done one of these. So a lot of us got the opportunity to do the very first 60-hour reboot. We just did it. Was it 2 weeks ago? And we made it through it. It was phenomenal. I'd never felt better. I didn't think I could do it. Now I feel great. Well, I'll tell you is this. They only have a short amount. So this isn't something you can just go purchase whenever you want and do it whenever you want. What's great is Pruvit is doing something so we sync the entire community together. So if you decide to join us, let us know, post the information, or say, hey, I want in, and we'll send you some information. It's only going to be sold for the next 24 to 48 hours, probably until they're sold out. Once it's gone, it's gone. Everybody in the community, I mean, they can do it by themselves if the timing doesn't work. We're going to all start March 11th. We get plugged into a private Facebook group. We've got coaches that understand, like Rob DeBoer and other people that understand this, and they walk us through it all, right? Like, hey, this is how you're feeling. Try this. Oh, you might feel a little headache. Hey, grab some Himalayan salt. Game changer, right? Or like,
yeah, and Dr. Cardin was awesome, because she's been doing this in her practice. She's been doing fasting and different types of fastings and cleanses for decades. Yeah. And so she's an amazing resource as well. Yeah. And the other great thing is you don't have to wait for the reboot to get started. Right. You can order the Reboot, and then we can get you on some ketones in the meantime, and that'll start getting your system humming. So I'm looking forward to this one because last time I ate kind of crummy going into it. So I'm going to do this one totally differently. Like all clean. I'm not going to have a single, nothing not keto for like a week before, so I can get ramped up and feel that kind of euphoria on day 2 that I didn't feel till like the end of day 2.
I was the same way. So people talk about this switch in your system. We had people, there was people, thousands of people going, I felt the switch on like day 1.5. And I was like, I don't feel the switch. Like, I don't feel it. Everybody's body is different. And I don't think I really ate terrible before, but I must have eaten something. And so,
well, you're more keto-ish than keto,
and
right?
So I
keto clean.
So some people went and binged the night before. Not a good idea. So I'm going to help people go, hey, let's get rid of some of the processed junk or just eat a little bit cleaner. So when you go into it, your body makes that switch. I hit it at 7:09, the very last day, and I felt it. And I was like, oh, like, yes, I could clean my whole house. And I should be.
We were at the same time because I hit it at 6 here.
Yes.
And I came on live and I was like, I've turned a corner because I went live that morning.
I was like,
I wasn't making any sense.
I feel it. I feel great. I'm not hungry. Yep. I felt so clear, and it was that switch. And so once you do that, you're like, huh. And then you're like, oh, ketones can help me with this. Oh, if I get rid of some of the processed sugars and carbs, like this is a process. So kind of like Heather was saying, Reboot is great. If you're not ready for that, let's talk about ketones, exogenous ketones, keto max. Let's talk about getting rid of some of the junk stuff out of your diet. Let's not have a diet. We'll make it a lifestyle, but we'll walk you through how to make it a lifestyle approach. So it's not like I'm all in for a week and then I dump it and I'm done. So.
Right. And it's all about, honestly, so fat, it's not really a weight loss product, but weight loss, fat loss is a side effect.
Yeah.
Because of what's going on in your body. And the thing that I felt almost immediately, and everybody who started with me, the sleep. Like, it's just sleep like a baby, like a rock, and your mood and your skin.
Yes.
So like your body is just cleaner and running better on exactly what it wants to run on. And the Reboot is just a way to really just kind of take it up to, 11.
100%. I love it.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in 5 or 10 day experiences or just ketones in general, Keto Max, post a 5 or 10 below. We can get with you about that. Yeah. If you want to know more science or research or just know more, just ask for information and we'll reach out and answer this.
Yes.
I love it.
Thank you so much, Stephanie.
Hey, you're welcome. Anything else?
I think we're good.
I think so too. I'm excited. This is going to be fun. And I know there's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5 times more people joining us on this Reboot. And it's going to be fun. I love it.
Yeah, I'm excited. And you know what? After the last one, I was like, I'm not doing that again right away. I'm going to wait a couple months.
You know
and
what?
About 5 days later, I was like, I am doing that again.
It's like childbirth.
Again.
It's so, like Rob talked about that. He said it's so funny because it's 60-hour window, right? And you hated it, but you loved it. You felt great, but you're like, I don't want to do that again. 5 days, you're like, I want to do that again. And so I heard that over and over again. I said the same thing. I was like, I'll do that like every couple months. Probably not every month.
I'll do it every quarter.
I'm ready to do that again. So
yep.
Love it.
So I'm excited.
Me too.
I feel like it's like we're just kind of walking around one of us. Like we're just like all the same as we're wearing the same hairdo and everything.
I love it. Okay, well,
anybody who wants to join us, please do.
Yes, it'll be fun. And you can have a great time with us, of course.
Yes. And you can wear your hair in a braid.
Grab the braid, grab the ponytail.
Yep.
Great. Ketones,
awesome.
Phenomenal. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, well, thank you again.
You're welcome. We'll talk to you later.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.